So today we'll just look into Angular testing, that is the testing concepts in Angular, how exactly we can just do the testing part of it. So in Angular, we can just go ahead with unit testing and end-to-end testing. So unit testing is nothing but it is a small unit or a small module or a small granular which is independent to each other, and that particular one we are going to test it. So as far as Angular is concerned, a module is an individual component. Service is service is one component, that is pipes, services, components are all small granular independently used components. So for that, we can just go ahead with the unit testing. And this unit testing, when you are doing is, you are trying to test unit by unit, fine, it works, it is fine. But after that unit testing, you need to go for integration testing where all the units are integrated together. So now let us just see that now I have one particular component which is called as an employee, and I have a module which is called as app module. So this app module is having a number of components. Maybe employee is one component, then employees is one component, app is one component. Like that, I have a number of components, auth components. Like that, I have defined a number of components. So individually, if I am just going to test one particular component, so I just wanted to test this employee component. So that will be, I'm only going to test only that particular component. So it is called as unit testing. So we are trying to test only that particular component. So here, what is that we are going to test it? So we are here going to test, that is, it provides the input and verifies the output for a smaller sample. So we are trying to use here a part of it as BDD, that is behavior development, that is nothing but behavior part of the unit we are going to test, how exactly that component is going to behave. So then frameworks for this part of it, we are using a frameworks like Jasmine and Karma. So these are the two frameworks which we'll be using, like Jasmine and Karma. Here, Jasmine is nothing but it is just used for writing the test scripts. So Jasmine is used for writing the test scripts, and Karma is the runner here. Karma is a runner, means it will help us to execute the test scripts. So now when you just create a component, so for example, you have created an app component. By default, when you create a project, you'll have an app component. So now there is one particular component which has been created, that is employee component. So in the employee component, when you are creating, there are 4 files which are created. Among them, one is spec. So if I just click on this particular spec, so spec.ts, so this is our what we call as, this is our spec test part of it. So this is the one which we are going to use for the testing purpose. So as soon as you open this particular one, you will be able to see that the import employee component. So this particular component has been imported, and then you are able to see a structure here. So you're able to see some structure, something called as describe is there. And within that particular describe, you have something called as before each, before it, before each, then IT. Okay, so now we'll see what exactly is this. So how exactly the test script has been specified. Okay, because before going into this, we'll just do a smaller part of it, and then we'll go into this, the one. So this is where exactly we are going to use the unit testing. Then what exactly is end to end? So now to write this, okay, before that, Jasmine, now to write that Jasmine, this is the one which we are using Jasmine to write this particular scripts. The test cases are written in Jasmine. Now I just wanted to execute this. So if I want to execute this, how can I execute this? Karma is going to help us in executing this particular test cases. So that is where you are using the framework called as Jasmine and Karma. Then end-to-end testing. So what is this end-to-end testing? Is E to E testing. We call this as E to E, that is end to end. So what is this E2E testing is? It is automating the entire end-to-end functional flow. End-to-end functional flow means the complete functional flow of the entire application. You can just use it for E2E application. It helps us to build test suites. So what is this test suites is nothing but a test suite is a combination of test cases, is nothing but it is called as a test suite. So now I'll just show you what is a test suite here. So here you're able to see this. It should create expect component dot to be thirsty. So this part of it is nothing but it is called as a test case. So this particular test case is performing one particular task. What is that? Should create. It is just checking that a component should be created. So for that particular purpose, if you want to know that if the component is to be created, you are writing this particular test case. So this is what is called as test case. Like this, if you are going to write a number of test cases. So now I'll just have one more test case here. So I'll just write like this, it. So I'll just specify here as test. Okay. So then comma. So I'm just writing like this. Okay, so if I write like this, this is one more test case. So like this, a set of test cases which are combined together, they form a test suite. So how do you identify this test suite? Is you can see here one test is there, test case, here is one, the second test case. So two test cases I'm writing. So here before each what you want to do and all these things, I'll just explain to you. So now you can see here describe employees component. So this describe employees component is starting here and it is ending here. So now this particular describe employee component, and within this you have a number of test cases. So this is what is called as test suite. What is a test suite? A test suite is a collection of test cases. So this it is one particular test case. Like that, if you have a number of test cases in this, then we call it as a test suite. So where are the test cases written? The test cases are written within describe function. So we will just see, we'll look into this, how exactly we will be able to write all these things. Okay. So I hope you understood what is test, the difference between test case and test suite. Any doubt? Okay, so now to execute this end-to-end testing, you are using a framework which is called as protractor framework. So this protractor framework will help you to do end-to-end testing. So unit testing will help you. Jasmine and Karma are helping you to perform the unit testing. End-to-end testing, you are using protractor framework. This is in this particular protractor framework to check the functionality, the flow of the function, the functionality flow, you are using a testing case. One more is which is called as Cucumber. Okay, so this is what is called as Cucumber. So it is also having a behavior. It is used for testing the behavior of the particular components. So you will be using protractor framework with Cucumber. So which is a BDD framework for testing the functional flow of it. So now Jasmine, we are writing the test scripts. So now I just showed you that IT, this is what I have just written. So this is the test script. So this is being written by Jasmine. To execute this, we are using the Karma. Okay, so now what exactly is the usage of this framework? We will just see. So now what are the utilities that has been provided by Angular is, Angular is having the built-in frameworks like Jasmine and Karma and Protractor. So all these things are nothing but they are built-in within Jasmine. So auto-generating of the code. So you will be able to see that Angular is helping you to do auto-generation. So what is that auto-generation? As soon as you create a particular component, you can see along with the component, a spec file will be there. And this spec file will be having a auto generation of your test suite and test script. So that is where it is having the features of auto generation here. Natively supports unit testing using Jasmine and Karma. So natively supports means by default, when you are installing it, you can just see here under this part of it, you can just see here Karma config dot JS. So you have this configuration file already set within this. So natively it is already been there that Jasmine and Karma are along with your Angular. The next is Angular CLI has built-in commands to run the unit test. It is also having built-in commands to end the end-to-end test. So how do you run the test? Now this particular this test is there. So you want to execute this test. So how do you execute? ng test. ng test will help you to execute the test. So what is the use of ng test here is ng test, when you are trying to use ng test, it will execute the application and as well as it will execute your tests. Okay, we will just see how exactly it will help us out to perform that particular task. Okay. So now, okay, let me just show you that part of it. Let me finish off this explanation of this concepts and then I'll just show you. So now Angular will have, we can generate the test files, spec files. So now if you are creating a component, by default 4 files are created. So if you want to skip this particular the spec files, you can just use skip test, so that particular test will be skipped. Okay, then in-memory services to mock the services. So it is having the complete mock services. Everything is included within this, and it also supports BDD Cucumber. So now you can just see that when I go here, so you just go to the package.json file. So when you open this particular package.json file, so under, you can just see here within this part of it, dependencies and developer dependencies. So when you will be using this Jasmine and Karma as developer dependencies, when you are trying to develop it, so when the developer is trying to develop, he will be using this packages. So that is the reason you can just see here Jasmine core and Karma. So Karma here is, you can see the versions of the Jasmine and Karma here. So by default in this particular configuration file, you can just see that Karma Chrome launcher. So by default it is going to launch your Chrome. In case if you want to change it, yes, you can change it by changing that in Angular dot. Here you can just come to this part of it. So here you have configuration settings, that is in angular.json file, you have configuration settings. So in this part of the configuration settings, okay, you can make the changes. Now, if you want to make the changes where exactly you would like to execute it, for example, if you would like to execute in IE or something like that, you go to karma.config.js files. Okay, so here when you open this part of it, you can just see that by default karma-chrome-launcher is there. So if you want to use it in Internet Explorer, you can just give a comma here and then write karma-internet explorer-launcher. So you can just give that. So that will help you out to do it. So in case if you are adding a other browser apart from Chrome, okay, so one is you need to add that configuration here. That is the first thing. The second thing is after you add it, here you have one option called as browsers. So under this browser array, you need to add that it is IE also, whichever browser you are using, you need to add it. So one is in the two places. One is in the browser, browser array you need to add. The second thing is under this require Chrome launcher, give comma and just write. If you want Firefox, karma-firefox-launcher. So you need to specify that in karma.config file. So this is how exactly the config files you can just use it. So this is why we call this as inbuilt part of it. Okay, so then when you are using Jasmine framework, it is nothing but it is an open source testing framework for JavaScript. It is using BDD part of it. Then the tests are written in non-technical language, which makes it a business analyst to write the specs. So what is this Jasmine is, even it is written in a non-technical language because it is not using any technical concepts. It is just a simple non-technical part of it. So this part of it, and it requires a JavaScript framework and you have a ready syntax. The outline is being given. It supports for the native this thing, and it also supports Spy objects which can target an element. So what is spy object is, now for example, I am executing one particular component or one particular test. So let us just take one example on this. Okay, I have an employee component. So let us just think that I am just trying to execute this particular test. So when I'm trying to execute this particular test, at the same time, I just want to have an eye on another method. Okay, I want to have an eye on another method so that whether that particular method is being executed or not. So what I can do is I can just use the spy on. So I'll be executing this method, but the spy will help me to even just check whether this particular method is also executed or not. So like that, I can just use the spy. We will just see all those things. So this is where exactly you can just use the Jasmine framework. Now, when you just see the syntax of this framework is describe. This is the name of the component which you are using. You are using an arrow. Here you're using arrow function. Then this is IT. That is it. It is nothing but it is the. This is nothing but it. This is a test case. So it should navigate. Then I'm just using the arrow function and then I'm consoling it. So this is like this. I can just write a number of test cases. This is a test case. So a set of test cases which is under describe is nothing but test suite. This entire thing is called as a test suite and this is called as test case. So now you are writing the test cases using Jasmine. After writing this particular one, now Karma comes into picture. So what is the Karma framework doing? It is also an open source, created and maintained by core Angular team only. So it has been developed by them only. So it is natively integrated into the app. Since it is integrated, it is for us, it is easy to execute at the CLI of the Angular itself. Okay, so you can execute on different browsers. You can use this particular Karma framework for running and executing your test scripts. So we'll see a protractor later on. So Jasmine is for writing the test cases and Karma is for executing the test cases. Now we'll just see how we exactly can write one test case without using all the spec files. Okay, let me just clear all those things. Okay, first let us create one spec file. So now what you do is you can just right click on it, click on new file and just give the name of the file. So I have just taken it as first function.ts. Okay, so one is a class file I have written. Then again, I have created one more. This is a simple thing to make you understand how to write the test cases. I'm just using this. Later on, we'll see with the component part of it. So I just created one function that is first function.ts file. And then one more file which is called as function.spec.ts. So this is this particular one where I'm writing my class, and this is the one where I'm writing the test case. So now when I just go to this particular function, so here when you create this function, I have just taken it as a function which is called as addition, which is trying to add these two numbers. So export function addition, there's num and num1 to parameters I have taken, then return num plus num1. So this particular function is returning num and num1. So now I wanted to test the behavior of this particular one. So how do I test? For that, we have written one's first function.spec.ts. So here you can just see that the structure of this is first you need to write describe. So describe, you write what you want, what is that this particular function is doing. It is just tell to add. Okay, so I'm just using this particular one for adding. So I'm using an arrow function here. Okay. So this is my test suite. Now this is my test suite. Within this particular test, I just wanted to write my test cases. So how do I write the test cases? IT is nothing but it indicates that I'm writing the test case, and within this I'm giving the description of this particular test. That is for adding. So okay, so I'm just using for this for adding. Then here also I'm just using the arrow function. So I'm using the arrow function. So this is my test case. So what is this particular test case is going to do? So now this particular test case, I just wanted to test it. So maybe in my component or somewhere I have written, or in some class, I have written something that when I just pass two parameters, whether I am able to get the actual result or not. So that is what I have written a logic there. So I just wanted to test it whether that particular logic is working properly or not. So for that part of it, I'm just going to test it, because this part of it is only when I'm trying to develop this particular one. So I will come to know what sort of data type I have assigned. And if when I'm trying to test it, whether it is type checking or not. If it is type checking, what is that error message that I wanted to display? All these things I want to test it when I'm trying to develop itself. So I'm just writing here, I'm just expecting something. What is that? So you have a method called as expect. Expect when I'm passing two parameters. So I'll just pass 5 and 10. Okay, so when I'm passing two parameters, what is that I'm going to expect? Expect when I'm passing 5 and 10, it should be 15. 2, then dot to be. So to be there is, so I have to be method. Okay, so to be 5 plus 10 is 15. So I'm just expecting that the value should be 15. Okay, so when I just pass two values, I'm just expecting that the value should be 15. So if I enter this particular one, so that is, okay, I need to pass the method name. So now I'm just, because it is giving me error because the method is not there. Okay, expect add is the method. When I'm passing 5 and 10 to this particular method add, it should be equal to 15. That is to be 15. Expect this particular value, it should be 15. So now I'm trying to execute it. When I execute it, if the test is passed, then the logic what I have written is correct. When I pass the parameters, it will give me the correct value. So this is, I am assuming that when I enter 5 and 10, it should be 15. So internally, when I am testing this part of it, if it is coming 15, my test is correct. But the end user may enter 2050. When it is entered 2050, it will definitely give us 70 because my logic is correct. So that is how I'm going to test it. So now I'll just show you this part of it. So you understood how to write now? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll just remove this part of it. Okay, so now here in the function spec, here what I have written this logic. What is this logic? So if I enter, if I just 10 and 10 comma 10 also, it will give me 20. If I enter 10 comma 30, it will give me 40. So my logic is correct. That is what I'm just going to test it here. Okay, so now what I'll do is, let me just 1 second, just give me time. I will just, because when I execute it, it will give me so many things which will not be clear for you. So I'm just removing all those things. Okay. Okay, so now there are lot many duplications in this part of it. Okay, so now few things may not be working, so we need to just check the methods which are depreciated. We need to use the new latest methods. So get method and all this are not working now here. Totally they are depreciated. So when you are just specifying it, it will just give you depreciated. Then just we need to go to the angular.io. Then they will just tell which is the method which has been the replacement for that particular method. Implement that method, it will work. Okay, so I'll show you when that part of it which will come. So now I want to execute this. So what I'll do is I'll just give ng test. So when I just give ng test, now you can just see that the application will be compiled and then it will execute the test. Okay, so now you will be able to see this window. So this is the Chrome browser which is launched for your displaying the test execution. So now you can just see that the test scripts which you have written is in Jasmine. Now when it is executing, Karma is going to execute those. So Karma is a runner here. So you can see that it will display what is the after executing Karma start. Okay, so now this Karma is the executor here. Okay, so now you can just see that. So now you can just see that 20 specs, that is 20 specs in the sense that 20 test cases are there. So one is failure here, one is a failure, and 12 pending specs are there. I'll just explain you what is that pending specs and all. Then now you can see that what is the failure here. One failure is here. So what is that particular failure is, I have written one test case for testing the array. Okay, so I have just written one test case for testing the array. So the array it is giving that expected length of that particular array is 4 to be equal 3. That is what exactly is happening is the array is having 4 elements, but the elements which are there in that array which has been defined is only 3. So it is not able to execute it. But why? Because there is no equality. Testing array, that is the name of that particular test script, that is a test case which has been written is testing array using 2 equal to arrays to match. So this is the one which I have written. So now in this part of it is giving me some problem here. Why? Because of this. Okay, so now after you just see this part of it, now when we rectify this particular array, I'll show you where it is. So now this is where exactly one particular test case which are written has been failed because of this array, which is having 4 elements, but array has been given only 3 elements. So delineation consists of 4, but it is having 3. So now you can just see that Jasmine is the test case which has been written. So these are all nothing but they are the test cases. So you can just see that there are list of test cases which have been written here. So this is about Jasmine, and this is the information what you got. It is from Karma. Karma is executing the Jasmine test cases and giving you the result here. So now how do you identify these test cases? So now when I just move here, you can just see red dots. So green dots. Green dots indicate that the test is written and the test cases are successful. So wherever you see green, you can just see that the test cases are successful. When you just see that X, the test case is a failure. So now we have one particular failure, that is because of this. So now if I just move here towards this dot, you can just see that to test addition, that is the description what I have given. So that is success. That is when I just pass 10, 15, 10, 5, 10, it is giving me 15. So that test case is passed. So next part of it is, you can just see this X. When I move here, it is just telling that string matcher testing array using 2 dot equal array to match. So that is where exactly that particular test case is a failure. So why is it failure? You can just see here, this error expected 4 to equal to 3. So this is what is the error. So there should be 4 in an array. Okay, so that is the one. Second thing is in the application, see now, for example, if this particular application which I'm now executing it, I have written some 100 test cases. So every time executing that 100 test cases is not needed for me. So I have written one new component. I just wanted to test only that particular component. So I don't want the remaining test cases to be executed. So what I'll do is I will try to ignore those test cases. By every time I cannot execute all the test cases. If I execute, then it will give me a big report. So going through that big report is very difficult. So we don't want to execute those test cases. In that case, we will try to ignore that particular test case. So now wherever you are seeing this flower type, star part of it. So these are nothing but these are the one which I have ignored not to execute this particular test cases. So these are the test cases which are not been executed. So now if I just click here, so this is one particular test case which is not executed. So I can just see this is another. So this is one more. So here you can just see here, employee component testing for bonus. So this I just don't want to execute it. So wherever I'm trying to ignore it, you can just see that is given in the form of a star flower description. So hope is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So all of you? Okay. So now even this now when I close it again, it will execute. Okay, so again it will execute and it will show me. So I'll just close this one. So again it is executing. Okay, so now what I'll do is here I'll stop this by giving Control C. So now you understood this part of it, this spec. So there is no error in this particular spec. So the error comes now. I'll just show you that particular error, where exactly it is coming. So any queries on this?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now I will just create one more thing in this part of it is. So I took similarly one more class I took, which is called as matcher.spec.ts. And yes, browser, I have stopped the browser. Let me just execute once again. Yes, it is unit testing. I'm testing. See, for example, now I have see, yeah, this but tell me. Not for entire application. See, now I'll show you what it is. See, now I have one component. See, I have three components. See, now I have three components here. One is app component, employees component, employee component. Okay. So now what I did is for employee component, I have written the tests. So this is the test what I have written. Okay, so these are the tests for employee component. I have employees component. So for this also I have written from some tests. Okay, then I have app component. For this also there are some tests. So then I have, for this, I have written one test. So now like this, so many test cases we have written. Every time when I'm trying to execute, all the test cases are going to be executed. Okay, so the entire application, whatever the test cases I have written, it will be executed. So now why I'm calling it as unit test? Because when I write some test case for this employee, so this part of it I'm trying to use. So this is a one unit. So only I'm writing the test cases for this particular component. So it is called as unit test because I'm writing only for that particular component. No, you can test any. That's now I have given 20 test cases I have written, but I am just executing only few things, not everything. You can execute everything. I'll show you that. You can execute everything, but what happens now when you are trying to execute? Okay, let me just execute and show you to you. NG test, but it will be difficult for us to just see. Now 20 are there, it is fine, because now when you are developing a project, that project may be having some 100 to 200 test cases. So every time will you execute those many test cases to test it? It is of waste, no, to test it. You want to test for one by one, you can test it and then just check. If it is working fine, then you can ignore the test cases to execute it. Okay, I'll just show you it. See, now here it is giving you 20 specs, means 20 tests, 20 test cases. So in that 20 test case, one is I am not executing all. How many are I am executing? 12 pending specs, means 12 test cases I have ignored it, not to execute it. Okay, so now among that, how many are executing? 8 are executing. Fine. Okay, so among that 8, one is having a failure. So the others are success. So I'll just show you when I'm in the next part when I'm executing it. So now I'll just stop this. So where is the failure? I'll show you now. So it is giving one failure. So that failure is here, match spec.ts. Okay, so now for this part of it is, okay, so now you just see this part of it. So here in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 test cases I have written here. Okay, so now this one which I have written describe till here, it is a test suite. Within this test suite, I have written 9 test cases. Okay, so now what is this is just it is trying to just check for the string matcher. I just wanted to match for a string. So I'm just using string matcher. This is the description of my test suite. You can just write whatever name you want. So I just gave it a string matcher. Then this is the arrow function I'm just using. Then testing string to be for the matcher. This is completely a description. You can write whatever you want. It is your choice. Okay, so I have just given testing a string to be equal to the matcher. So what is that I have given? Let str is equal to walking tree. So I just given that str is equal to walking tree. Now I am trying to expect. What is that I'm going to test? Expect. I'm expecting that str to be walking tree. So if this str variable is, that is equal to walking tree what I have assigned, means my test is successful. If it is not walking tree, then it is not successful. So that is where I am trying to write this particular one. Okay, so let me just now, okay, fine. So I'll just show that part of it. We'll execute and we'll test it. So then next one is I had test string 2 equal to. So here str is equal to walking tree. I'm expecting that str should be equal to walking tree. So here, if it is equal to walking tree, fine, the test is successful. If it is giving, if I'm just giving something else, the test is not successful. So the next part of it is again here. Okay, so then next is here what I gave is expect str dot not equal to walking tree. If it is not equal to walking tree, so I'm just checking one more condition here, whether it is in the previous test I have checking that it should be equal to, and here I'm just telling that it should not be equal to. So then the second part of it is one more test case which I have written, which is having to contain. So here str welcome to Angular. Expect str dot to contain welcome means what is that? Within the str, this particular string, there should be a word which is called as welcome. So this particular string should contain welcome. That is what I'm just testing here. Okay, so the next is here what we are trying to do is testing to match. To match is the one which I'm not going to test it. So this generally this to match is used when you are just checking for regular expressions. So when you are just checking for a regular expressions or when you are just checking for an exact match. So now here str I have given as welcome to Angular 10 days session. So here we are writing that welcome to Angular 10 days session. So in this part of it is I have given expect str.to match Angular. That is, I'm just checking that whether it should be equal to Angular. Here A is capital. If I just give here small a, then my test is failure. It is a failure. It should be having an exact match. If it is capital A, my test is successful. So it will just check that. The next thing is if you want to give some regular expressions, you can just give some regular expressions like this. So this indicates that D indicates that it should be an integer. So now when I just tell that expect str.to match %d. So you can just see that there is some number here. So it will just check for this particular one, whether it is existing or not. So like that, if you have an email ID, you can just test for that email ID. Like you can just give the regular expressions and test it. So to match, you can use for regular expressions. Okay. And you can just use for to check if there is any exact match or not. So this way you can just use it. So now the failure was there. So now you can see that the failure is because of this. Testing array using 2 equal to, that is, I have 4 elements. Let ARR is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So expect ARR dot 2 equal to 1, 2, 3. That is why it was giving us. I'll just make now add this and we will test it and just see. So previously it was only 3. So it was giving us an error, failure it was giving. Okay, so now we'll just check. Then one more I have taken as array. So here I have an array of 3 strings. So I'm just checking that it should contain, that is this array string should contain star. If I just remove the star and I just give something else, again, it will just give me an error. Okay, saying that it is not successful. So now then I'm trying to use with. So what is the difference between 2 equal and 2 and the matcher, the that is to be and 2 equal. So to be is also to be equal to. So what I have written, to be equal to walking tree, to be equal to walking tree. So now here when there is a change is testing to be and to equal for objects. 2 equal and 2b is there, an error will come when you are trying to match for the objects. So now I'm taking two objects, num and num1 here. So num is having a value 20, num1 is having a value 50. Expect num dot to equal to num1. So when I'm trying to use this part of it, then the problem arises because of the 2 equal to and this 2 equal for the matcher. So it will be just checking that whether if you declare an object, then you can just use 2 equal. So 2b will not help you out when you are trying to check for an object. So that is where the difference lies between 2b and 2 equal. So then the next part of it is, so now you can just check here. So this is for 2b, you can just see here what exactly. So now what I want to do is I want to ignore one particular test case in this. So how many test cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now for time being, I just don't want to execute it. So I just wanted to comment it so that test should not be executed. So now for time being, what I did is for this particular test case, that is 2b with the object and 2b with the object with 2b, these two things I don't want to execute it. So when you don't want to execute, just prefix with x, just put one x here so that that particular test will not be executed. Okay, so here also I'm just putting one x so that this test will not, these two tests will not be executed. So the remaining test cases will be executed. So now I'll just execute and I'll just show you. So ng test. Okay. So now you can see that 20 specs, 0 failure, 12 pending specs. So you can just see that wherever there is the things that is gray in color, you can just see that something, it is like just something disabled, the color is changed. All these are nothing but they are all pending ones. These are all pending specs. Okay, so out of 20 specs, there is no failure in this. All the test cases are passed. But 12 pending specs, I'm not executing it now. I'm only executing among the 20, I'm executing only 8. Okay, so now you can just see that here, this is the one which I'm trying to execute. This is okay. So this is the one which actually you can just see that why exactly it is displaying. So the next is this part of it, you can just see that testing array using 2 equal to array is matching. This is passed. So you can just see 2 contain is passed, regular expression is passed, 2b is passed, 2 contain is passed, 2 equal to is also there, and 2b equal to is also there. So all are executing. So now what I'll do is I will uncomment these two. So now you can just see what is that it is displaying here. That is testing array using 2 equal array to match. What is this is? That is nothing but that is the description here. So you can just see a test. This is the one. See, testing array using 2 equal to array to match. This is the description is the one that it has been displaying here. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll try to remove this part of it and I'll try to remove this. So I'm declaring an object with 2 equal to and I'm declaring an object and trying to test it with 2b. So you just observe that what is the difference between 2 equal to and 2b. So among this, one will be a failure. So we'll just see this. So you can just see here. So you can just see here there. So 20 among the two are creating problem. So what is the problem here is expected object value 20 to be an object here. Check for deeply equality. Use 2 equal instead of 2b. So this is giving you an information that not to use 2b function when you are 2b when matcher, when you are trying to use with the object. So this is what is the message that it is giving. So never use to be whenever you are trying to test for the objects. So one more thing it is giving here is to equal for matcher 20 to equal to 50, 20 to equal somewhere here, value is equal to 20 to be equal to 50. So this is one more error which is being given, testing to be equal for objects. So this is one more error which is trying to just give the error message. So you can just see here, this is where exactly the error messages is coming. Now, if I just comment this, only one error message you will get. So you can just see that it is only one error message. So like this, if whenever you want to execute the thing, you can just execute it. So now I'll just show you one more thing, part of it. So now here only one particular method, that is test case, I'm trying to ignore it. So that particular test case has not been executed. So now I have given X here in IT. So only this test case is not executing, but the remaining test cases are executing. So now I'll just remove this part of it. Okay, now you just see. It is not saved. Okay, so now why? Because that is, the errors are there in this and this. Okay. Now let me show you one more thing. So you are able to see this part of it. Okay, so now I just don't want to even execute all these things. Okay, so let us just check that this, instead of just executing these two, ignoring these two commands, I want to ignore everything, all the test cases I want to ignore. Then what you do is put a X under the describe. So because describe is nothing but test suite which consists of a number of test cases. So put an X under describe. So now you will be able to see that even this will not be executed. So all the test cases will not execute. See, everything is, see, when the test cases which we have written, so it is not executing. So only this one is executing. What is this? This is nothing but that is this addition. This is executing because in this I have not given the X. So it is not. If I just give X here, then none of the things are executed. So you can just see 20 specs, 20 pending specs. So none of the test cases are executed. So all the test cases are under pending state only. So now you understood the basic things. How do you define it? So any query on this part of it?
Not yet, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Clear now? So how to
Ma'am.
do it? Okay. So now this part of it, you just try by declaring the, do you want me to share this in the, through what is a chat? Or I'll just share the screen like this and keep it. You can just have a look. You
Ma'am,
can-
just share the screen like this.
Yeah. So I'll just keep the screen shared. You can just see this and then you can just try. Okay. So what you do is create one spec file now. Don't just go through once what is this component.spec.ts. Just go through this. Okay, don't make any changes. Don't do anything in this. Just create one spec and then write everything into that particular spec and test it and just execute it. Then later on, I'll show you how to use with components. Right click on this, create one file, give the name as spec.ts, some name. Okay, example.spec.ts or something like that, and try this. And to execute it, ng test. Okay, so now you try to execute the basic things, then we'll go to the components. We'll see how to test the components. Okay, now all of you can just try this.